This is Krabatha. She's an adult blue crab. I got her from the grocery store for $6, and I'm excited because today I'm going to eat her. Just kidding. I'm actually adopting her as my pet and trying to give her a second chance at life, but it won't be easy. She's old, she's missing a leg, and she's feisty, but I think she's worth saving. And I'm keeping 2 secrets. Stop fighting. You're coming home with me. Our story begins at the Asian supermarket. I've never been, but I'm told they've got blue crabs, and right away I found them, but these ones are already dead and packaged to be eaten. Yikes. So I wandered into the seafood section. I don't know about you, but ever since I was a kid, I felt bad for these animals. I've always dreamed of freeing. Wait, does that fish have STDs? Holy shit. Not to be hypocritical, because I'm not a vegetarian, but when you look in their eyes,
Help me, brother.
it just feels wrong. Wait, hold up. Are these live eels? Seriously? What the? Hey, blue crab. Just who I've been looking for. Most of them looked not alive, but I chose the most aggressive one, and she didn't seem very grateful at being saved, but I bought her anyway and named her Krabatha. We need to get her home fast because she needs salt water, food, and a lesson in gratitude or she won't survive. And considering this lovely weather, there's a good chance neither of us will make it home. When we got home, you could see just how excited she was to be here.
Subscribe or I'll die.
I wanted to inspect her for injuries, but she didn't want to be touched, which, yeah, is understandable considering everything she's been through. So I began acclimating her to the salt water, and that calmed her down because she started blowing bubbles, which is a great sign. But she can't stay in this tiny tank, so that's why I had built her a starter home. I plan to keep her in here a couple weeks so I can monitor her health before upgrading the tank. Can you imagine being abducted from your home by aliens, to be boiled alive and eaten, and then some random giant shows up and gives you the royal treatment? It's wild. I think 10-year-old me would be really proud, and I just hope she survives. Pretty soon, she started exploring, and I noticed she was missing a back leg. This is not good because this is an extra important leg. Most of her legs are pointed, but the one she's missing is flat, like a paddle. Blue crabs only have 2 of these at the back of their body. They are essential for swimming, coordination, balance, and most importantly, evading enemies. If she were still in the wild, she would be vulnerable to predators. Given enough time and care, she can grow this leg back. It won't be easy, but now I'm determined. I also noticed she was a bit cramped in the tank, so to give her more space, I removed a chunk of the coral rock, and she immediately found a spot on the sand bed to take a nap. And as I looked at her, I couldn't help but wonder what kind of heartless beast would eat an innocent animal.
Yeah, could I get a slab of cow with strips of pig on top? A bacon cheeseburger?
Some people make me sick. Speaking of eating, she's probably hungry, so I'm offering her an earthworm. I like to hand feed my pets to help build trust, but yeah, this is probably a dumb idea, and it was. Let's stick with tongs. But she doesn't seem to want it. She keeps pushing it away. I don't know if she's scared or maybe doesn't even know it's food. Come on, eat it, take it. And then she grabs it and shovels it into her face. This is probably the first meal she's had in a while. After she ate, I saw her grooming herself, which is a sign that she's happy. It had been a long and stressful day for her, so she headed to her cave to sleep. Problem was she couldn't fit. The opening was too small. So I did what any good crab dad would do and performed some light construction. Crabs need a cave to hide under to feel safe and secure, and that should do it. And she was finally able to fit, and she slept there for the night. It's morning, and I want to surprise Krabatha with breakfast in bed, so I'm grabbing her something tasty. Raw shrimp. At first, she's acting like she's some kind of strong, independent crab who don't need no man, but as soon as I threaten to take it away, she's demanding it. I'm trying to entice her to get out in the open, but she'd rather play tug of war. Her claws are powerful. Scaled up, they're 20 times more powerful than a human grip, capable of crushing shells and shattering bones. She easily rips the shrimp in half and uses dozens of tiny mouth parts called maxillipeds to shovel the pieces into her mouth. But then she does something remarkable I was not expecting. She offers me the second half of her meal. I may be crazy, but I'm pretty sure she waves at me. What the? Is it possible for a crab to show gratitude? I wasn't sure, but maybe she's beginning to trust me. Now we have a problem. Shrimp particles are everywhere, which are clogging up my filtration system and could lead to an algae boom. So I ordered something that I knew could help keep the tank clean: snails. These little janitors will sift the sand and eat any algae that grows, and our smallest snail was already hard at work. I hope he knows this is an unpaid position, and chances of sustaining injury on the job are high because Krabatha loves snails. Maybe a little too much. The rest of the snails began to emerge and started exploring. But one silly snail traveled where he shouldn't have. Krabatha scooped him up and wasted no time cracking the shell open to enjoy a little snack. Soon, the other snails traveled into the cave and met the same fate. It wasn't long before half of our janitors had been eaten, which kind of sucks. Over the next few days, everything was going well in the tank. Krabatha was happy and healthy and enjoying new and interesting foods. She even rearranged her furniture and fell in love with the bubbles I added to her home. She'd spend hours playing in those bubbles. Look at her go. But I couldn't help but feel like something was missing, and it hit me. What's better than saving one crab? Saving two. Meet Shelly. I picked her up from the grocery store today, and I'm hoping her and Krabatha will become good friends. But crabs can be aggressive and territorial, so I am worried Krabatha might not be excited about her new roommate, and my fears are realized when Shelly approaches Krabatha's precious cave. It started with Krabatha feeling Shelly with her leg, even sticking her foot in her mouth. Then Krabatha grabbed Shelly. I couldn't tell if she was trying to hug her or hurt her, but she wasn't using her claws in a harmful way, so maybe this wasn't true aggression. Either way, Shelly slipped out of her grip and took claim of the cave. I was worried this was only the beginning of the battle. And a minute later, I was right, because Shelly emerges and wants to display her dominance by sitting on Krabatha's head. But Krabatha is older and larger than Shelly and easily pushes her off. Then Krabatha shows her true strength by lifting Shelly high in the water with a single claw. But Shelly is agile and coordinated because unlike Krabatha, she still has both back legs and quickly maneuvers herself away from danger. But the confrontation isn't over. Krabatha needs to make certain Shelly knows who's in charge, and she needs to protect her claim over the cave. So, after a few pushes and a couple threats, Shelly backs off, and Krabatha goes to her cave. But here's where things get really interesting. It's time to feed Shelly for the first time because I'm sure she's super hungry, and of course she got her face all up in there. But as she ripped it apart, the smell of the shrimp traveled across the tank to Krabatha. I was worried Krabatha would get jealous and another fight would ensue, so I decided they should share. But as Krabatha took the shrimp from me, she did something entirely unexpected. She left her sacred cave, carried the shrimp across the tank, and laid it at Shelly's feet. Was this a peace offering? Or a way to keep Shelly out of the cave? Either way, it was beautiful, and Shelly was able to enjoy the rest of her meal in peace. As night fell, both crabs were resting together. I even saw Shelly tucking Krabatha in for bed. I think both these crabs will get along just fine. But if I want to ensure they thrive, they need a bigger tank. This one is 2.5 times larger. Hey, sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to let you know I appreciate you being here and remind you that I actually read and reply to every single comment on every single video. So if you're having fun, subscribe, leave a comment, and I love you. A couple weeks later, I found myself at a familiar spot, but this time I'm looking for something different. Okay, big boy. You're coming home with me.